Today, Western military experts and analysts from numerous analytical centers admitted that as of July 5, 2024, the rate of loss of territories by the armed forces of Ukraine increased 4 times, compared to 2023. The experts' analysis confirmed the worst fears of many Western think tanks. It is reported that under the onslaught of the Russian army, the armed forces of Ukraine are gradually losing control over more and more territories, in all directions of the front. In addition, even pro-Ukrainian Western experts were forced to admit that the Ukrainian army is not only losing territories, but also suffering huge losses in manpower. According to them, the huge losses of the Ukrainian army in manpower forced the Ukrainian command to throw into battle not only the so-called foreign mercenaries but also Ukrainian prisoners, who were dropped at the war zone directly from Ukrainian prisons. They are mainly transferred to the Kharkiv direction of the front, to the area of Volchansk and Lipsy. According to war correspondents, in Volchansk itself, fierce fighting continues in the city center. It is reported that despite heavy losses in manpower, the armed forces of Ukraine do not abandon attempts to force the Volkhya River. At the same time, it is worth noting that the armed forces of Ukraine have taken into account past mistakes, and are now trying to attack the positions of Russian troops in small groups, in order not to become easy prey for Russian artillery, FPV drones, and guided aerial bombs of the Fab family. However, judging by the reports of war correspondents, these actions of the armed forces of Ukraine did not change the situation at all. The Ukrainian army continues to suffer huge losses in manpower almost along the entire combat contact line. According to the advisor to the head of the Donetsk People's Republic, Yun, after the liberation by Russian troops of the Canal microdistrict in Chasiv Yar, and the successful advance of the Russian army in the Kharkiv direction of the front, the Ukrainian command, being shocked, significantly increased the number of its groups in these areas of the front. The advisor to the head of the DPR stressed that the Pentagon ordered the Ukrainian General Staff to hold Volchansk and Chasiv Yar at any cost. Over the past 24 hours, the situation of the armed forces of Ukraine has also deteriorated sharply in the Toretsk direction of the front. War correspondents confirmed that Russian troops managed to establish full control over the strategically important settlement of YURYEVKA, located south of New York. It is reported that the capture of this village allowed the Russian army to establish fire control over one of the main roads, through which the Ukrainian High Military Command supplied the grouping of the armed forces of Ukraine in New York. By the way, in the New York area, Russian troops took control of about 3 square kilometers of territory, destroying enemy strongholds that were built and strengthened by NATO military instructors for 8 years. This fact allowed the Russian army to move significantly into the depths of New York by 2.95 kilometers, and get much closer to the center of this village. In addition, Russian troops also entered the village of Druzhba, gaining a foothold on the eastern outskirts of this strategically important settlement. You must understand that if the armed forces of Ukraine loses this village, then Russian troops will be able to cover the city of Toretsk from the north, and reach the road that leads to Konstantinovka. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, the armed forces of Ukraine began to attack Russian positions in the Klishchivka area, hoping to distract the offensive units of the Russian army in the Toretsk direction of the front. Meanwhile, on July 3 and on the night of July 4, Russia launched another massive missile strike on the territory of Ukraine. This time, Zhytomyr, Chernihiv, Sumy, Kiev, Poltava, Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk, and Odessa regions were subjected to a massive attack. It is known for certain that during this attack, Russian forces used dozens of cruise missiles, kamikaze drones, and Iskander-M ballistic missiles. So, in the Odessa region, in the port city of Chernomorsk, Russian missiles hit and destroyed a logistics facility of the armed forces of Ukraine, where military cargo from Romania had been arriving in the last few days. It is reported that as a result of this missile strike, a large batch of 155mm artillery shells was destroyed, as well as 4 NATO soldiers, who accompanied this cargo. In the Kiev region, in the city of Vyshgorod, about 7 Russian cruise missiles hit the military base of the 1st Presidential Operational Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine. The Russian military also struck the city of Boryspil, located southeast of Kiev. In particular, Russian missiles destroyed an enemy radar station near the Boryspil airfield. In addition, a missile strike was also carried out on the city of Vasilkov, located southwest of Kiev. It is reported that Russian missiles hit the Vasilkov military airfield, where the 40th Brigade of the Tactical Aviation of the Ukrainian Air Force is based. As a result of this missile strike, 1 MiG-29 and 3 Czech L-39 Albatros training aircraft were destroyed. In the Kharkiv region, near Volchansk, Russian guided aerial bombs of the Fab family destroyed another command post of the armed forces of Ukraine. The footage clearly shows how the aerial bomb Fab 3000 simply wipes an enemy military facility from the face of the earth. Independent monitoring services recorded about 10 explosions in Zhytomyr, Chernihiv, Sumy, and Poltava regions. Unfortunately, as of July 5, there is no exact data yet on what exactly was destroyed in these regions. In the Dnipropetrovsk region, near the city of Kryvyi Rog, a Russian Iskander-M ballistic missile struck the Dulgencevo military airbase. The footage clearly shows the moment of destruction of the MiG-29 and Su-25 combat aircraft of the armed forces of Ukraine. The Russian military also launched a combined missile attack on the city of DNIPRO. In particular, Russian ballistic missiles and kamikaze drones attacked the Yuzmash plant. According to witnesses, about 10 explosions occurred on the territory of this plant. As it turned out, the Ukrainian and NATO military carried out the production of missiles and drones on the territory of this plant. In addition, in the underground hangars of this plant, damaged Western equipment was being repaired. According to sources in the Russian military department, as a result of this attack, 2 workshops for the repair of military equipment, about 30 Ukrainian soldiers, and 5 NATO military engineers were destroyed. It is reported that they were citizens of Germany and France.